Hi, it's John McCarthy. I just wanted to give a short message on getting involved in God's wonderful work. So, when I share about Jesus, the first thing in the day, it just brings a shift or a ceiling on my new identity. I just feel it. So, I just strongly recommend getting into a routine of this, even for our own sake. Never mind the people who desperately need Christ. So what I do is I go into a cafe and I have a Jesus sign on my folder. So everyone who comes into the cafe sees it and they know what I'm about. But thank God, the cafe are very good and they let me to do this. Um, but those people who are queuing for coffee, really, the enemy is just using anything he can get to fill in a void of having an experience of God. So, well, what I do in the cafe, this is just one place where you can do it, but I'm sure God can, show you places and strategies to do, to spend time with people. So, so about 9 days ago or so, there was this woman at the table, but I have to be careful with approaching people because, it's a business and people pay for maybe privacy. So you just have to be sensitive. So a strategy I have is just to give a tract when they're leaving, generally speaking. And this is what I did. So this particular woman, she quickly shook her head and said no in a low tone. So I kind of felt, okay, I made a mistake here. I better not do this too often because I don't want any problems. um, some people might be even more annoyed. So anyway, she went off and put something in the bin. So in about 10 seconds later she came back and she just grabbed her stuff and grabbed the tract. So what does that tell you? Well, I just find it very encouraging that people really are desperate for God and they just really need to be true to themselves. And like even with this woman, it didn't take her very long to change, but I know the Lord was behind it because he blesses our work. But people just really need a helping hand to be aware that they are crying out for God in the inside and they need to identify with that.